Aloha! I'm Eric Anderson, pastor of Church of the Holy Cross, United Church of Christ in Hilo, Hawaii. And here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about the 16th chapter of 1 Samuel, the anointing of David. At the beginning of this section, God spoke to Samuel, the chief prophet of the day, and said it was time to move on from King Saul. Saul had been selected to be the first monarch of Israel, and God and Samuel had become increasingly disappointed with his conduct and his character. It was time to move on. It was time to select Saul's successor. This was an act of rebellion, one that would eventually move into a lengthy civil war between Saul and Saul's successor. God directed Samuel to the house of Jesse, a resident of Bethlehem, because Saul's successor was to be found amongst Jesse's sons. You might remember this part of the story. One by one, Jesse presented his sons to Samuel. One by one, Samuel looked at them and said, "This young man looks like a king." Each time, God said, "This is not the one." Human beings see with the eyes, but God sees into the human heart. Eventually, Jesse presented his youngest, David. "This one," said God, and Samuel anointed him. I do wonder what it was that God saw in David's heart that God did not see in the hearts of Jesse's other sons. Certainly, David displayed a lot of desirable characteristics as we moved through the story. He was brave, he was compassionate, he could be generous and kind. Were those things not in the hearts of the others? It is also true that David displayed some of the worst of humanity, especially as he became king and lived into that power. He committed sexual assault. He connived at murder. Were these things not in the hearts of his brothers? The story doesn't say. I do think that the potential for evil dwells in the hearts of any human being. I also think the potential to do good dwells in the hearts of any human being. So what was it that God looked for? What was it that God saw? I think it was not just potential, I think it was inclination. Which way was David likely to go as compared to his brothers, as compared to anybody else? Was he just a bit more likely to choose the paths of righteousness, of courage, of generosity, of mercy than were his older brothers? Again, the story doesn't say, except by describing the things that David did later in life. I hope that each of us will remember how much we can and can't see when looking upon our brothers and sisters, our family of humanity. I hope that each of us will make our judgments based on what is revealed of character through choices, decisions, and action. And I hope that each of us will, to be honest, do better than David. That we will each emulate his compassion and mercy and keep away from the sins that he committed. May we each find ourselves viewed in the heart by God, and may God be satisfied with what is there. That's what I'm thinking. I'm curious to hear what you're thinking. Send me an email or leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. From Church of the Holy Cross, UCC in Hilo, Hawaii, that's what I'm thinking.